So simultaneous linear equation is a new concept. Until here, we have solved the problems which were of only one variable, that is x. And few cases we had x as well as y. We derived the equations here and there, right? So that will be the linear equations with one variable. Now moving on to linear equations with two variables. Now if at all you have x and y, how are you gonna solve the equation? Okay, and if you have more than one equation, how will you solve the equation? All that we will be learning under simultaneous linear equations. So let us go through this completely. When two or more equations of two or more variables are satisfied at a time, okay, at one particular time, if we have two or more equations and two or more variables. So two or more equations, you understand what you mean by two or more equations. And we are also talking about two or more variables, which means x and y or x, y, z, m, n, o, s, t, u, any variable. It can be any alphabet. That can be a variable which we have to find out. So when two or more equations of two or more variables are satisfied at the same time by the same values of the variables, then the equations are called as simultaneous equations. Suppose we have two equations, okay, and when we solve both the equations, we are getting the value of x in both the equations as same, and value of y is also same in the equation. Okay, in that scenario, what we will do is we are going to call them as simultaneous equation. And these are simultaneous linear equations. Linear means the highest degree in the equation will be 1. So that is called as linear equation. Now let us see the definition. A set of equations which are satisfied by the same value of the unknown quantities contained in them and which are solved simultaneously. Simultaneously means together. At a time, we will solve two equations. To determine the values of unknown quantities are called as simultaneous equation. So at a time, if we solve two equations, wherein the values, the whatever values we get, that is x and y, that will suffice both the equations. The value of x and y will suffice both the equations. That is called as simultaneous linear equation. Now, in this simultaneous linear equation, we have two types of the linear equation. Okay. Now, what are the two types? First one is elimination method and next one is substitution method. Very, very important for the examination. 6 marks questions will be asked directly. Okay. Directly they will ask solve it simultaneously or solve using method of elimination and method of substitution. Fine. So we have two types, method of elimination, method of substitution. Okay. Firstly, did you understand the concept of simultaneous linear equation? Okay, good. Now let us go on. Okay, and let us see how to solve them simultaneously. Okay. Methods of solving simultaneous linear equations of two variables. Okay, we have two variables, so we have to check how these can be done. So in that, first one is method of elimination. So I told we have method of elimination and method of substitution. So first one is method of elimination. In this method, the given equations are transformed into equivalent equations. Okay. Now, in any equations, for example, when you take, okay, in any equations, the variable, any number next to the variable, this is called as coefficient. Okay, this is called as coefficient. So we are going to equalize, or we are going to make this coefficients same for both the equations. Okay, both the equations, we are going to make one of the coefficients as same, either for x or for y. I hope you would have solved such equations before, but then these are very widely used in all of the research methodologies. Okay, or if they want to solve any problem in business, in those scenarios, there are departments who use such simultaneous equations. Okay, so these both the coefficients of the two equations will become numerically equal. So if you see here, they have given numerically equal. Once you make them numerically equal, then it will be easy for you to either add or subtract the equations. Okay, we are going to either add or subtract. How do we know when to add and when to subtract? We will understand while solving the problems. Okay, so by adding or subtracting the transformed equations, one variable is eliminated. So what we will do is, let's say for suppose we wanted to take out or eliminate x variable from the equation. So in that scenario, we are going to make the coefficient of x as same number. So say suppose this is 4x in the first equation, I'm going to make the second equation also as 4x. Okay, then I can subtract 4x minus 4x, I can subtract and I can remove the x variable completely, which means I am eliminating, I am removing the one variable completely. The one variable can be x or it can also be y. Okay, so once I remove the x variable, I am left with y variable in the equation. So that y variable, I am going to solve that along with the constant whatever I get. Understood? So once I get one variable, that is y, if I get y, now I can again substitute this y value in the equation and get the x value. So that is what they're trying to say. So afterwards, by substituting the known value in any of the equations, we can find the value of another unknown. Or the method of elimination can be repeated for the other variable also. Okay, either you can substitute this y value in any of the equation and find x value, or you can again repeat the same procedure and find the x value. So this is method of elimination. Did you all understand the concept? Okay, now let us go to the problems. So firstly, we are going to solve only method of elimination. Okay, this problem is what we are solving for the method of elimination. Method of substitution, after this we will see. So first let's understand method of elimination. Now in this problem, we have two equations. Firstly, 2x minus 3y is equal to 19. Okay, that is going to be the first equation. And then 3x minus 2y is equal to 9. So this is going to be the second equation. Okay, so in the examination, whenever you find any question for that matter, firstly write the question number properly. That is where maximum students will do the mistake. Okay, so when you're writing the question, suppose it is section B question and first question has two sub questions. Okay, in your examination you will have sub questions. Don't expect to give direct questions everywhere. Okay, so you will have sub questions, and you are supposed to understand the question number properly, and you have to write. Say suppose you have 1A and there is one question, and there is B and there's one question. Okay, so what you have to do is, while answering 1A, write it as 1A. Section B you would have written already. Okay, so 1A. Now for the next question, let's say 1A you have written the answer and it went on to 2 pages. Since it is maths, it is easy to cover up the pages. Okay, the calculations will take lot of pages. Now let's say A1A has taken 2 pages. Now in the third page, if you just write B, no one will understand from where did that B come. Which question B are you solving? Let's say you have 2A, 2B, 2C. Now, should the evaluator consider this as 1B or 2B? There is confusion, and they will not have so much time to sit and check the question paper and then do the corrections. So always understand, when you're writing sub questions, write the main question number also. Okay, and next, suppose if you're answering 2B, 2B, 2C. And one more thing what you have to understand is, the paper will have a margin. Your answer sheet is a booklet, it will have margin. Okay, don't write your question numbers after the margin. No, don't write it like this. There is a margin given. Okay, you will have some hole here for the if at all you use a graph sheet, then you will have to just tie the graph sheet. For that you will have the hole given. Then after that you have space, right? Write the main number 2A, 2B. There are few students who write 2 there and A here. This is also wrong. Don't do all this. This will confuse the evaluator, and they will, if at all you have not written the right question number, they will not even value your question. They will not correct your question. So that marks is lost, right? So you have to be careful while writing answers, and always copy down the question completely once. I'm not asking you to copy down the statement question. Okay. Now what we solved, father was aged twice, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Those statement problems, you need not write the question. But when you have problems like this, equations, solve for X, such questions, copy down the question once again properly. If you understand, properly, correctly from the question paper to the answer sheet. Many of them will miss out that copying the question from the question paper to the answer sheet. They will either miss out on the sign. In the place of minus they'll put plus, or in the place of 3 they might put 8. So write down properly and then solve. Okay, now let us copy down this question once again. So it's going to be 2x, let me change the color, 2x minus 3y is equal to 19. 3x plus 2y is equal to 9. Okay, so we have copied down the question once again. Now, if you see this question, it has 2x minus 3y and 3x plus 2y. Okay. Now, what we want to do in the method of elimination is, this first variable, Okay, this first variable x, I want it to become same number. Okay, x is already same. This number, that is 2 and 3, I want it to become same. The coefficient, this is called coefficient. Okay, the coefficient of the variable, if I make it numerically same, then I can go on and cancel them out. Now say me a number which I have to multiply with equation 1 and with equation 2. It can be a same number or a different number. Can you find one number? For equation 1, which number if I multiply? Okay, Bindu Shri says equation 1 into 3. Okay, I get 3 2s are 6. Fine. The resultant is 6 and I'll get 6x here. And for equation 2, okay, Sindhu says equation 2 or equation 2 with 2. Others also can try. Even if it's wrong, there's no problem. Okay, so if I multiply equation 2 with 2, 2 3s are, again I get 6x. Right? Good. So you know, you have a gist of how to solve such problems. Okay, so listen here. Now what you can do is, there are two types or two methods that you can follow here. Okay, method number one is, you had 2x and 3x, correct? First variable is 2x and 3x. You have 2 and 3. Multiply 2 to the second equation, multiply 3 to the first equation. Why are we doing this? Because 2 3s is 6, 3 2s is also 6. When you multiply, you get the same answer. Understood? This is one way. There are few equations where instead of multiplying like this, you will multiply with one number where you will get a common number. Let's take for example, okay, Sindhu already solved also. Good, Sindhu. Example, let's say 5 and 4. Yeah, something like this. Here also you can go with 5 4s are 4 5s are. Okay, not this. Okay, there are few equations. What will happen in that equation is, if you multiply one number, if you multiply one number with for the both the equations, you will get the same variable like this. We will solve those questions also. Fine. So here in this problem, I hope you understood that we are gonna multiply, or we are gonna cross multiply the coefficients of x to find the answer. So you have to write everything. Please explain everything in the question. Yeah, correct, Sindhu. Y is equal to -3, x is equal to 5. Good. So multiply equation 1 by 3. Okay, so I'm taking equation 1, 2x minus 3y is equal to 19, and I'm multiplying that with 3. And next, multiply equation 2. You can just circle them. 2 by 2. Okay, so I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 1 and 2 by, equation 1 by 3 and 2 by 2. So this is going to help me to numerically make the x variable coefficients as same. Okay, so before I go to the next, I'll just write it as equation and equation. Okay, now let us continue. So 2x minus 3y is equal to 19. This will be multiplied with 3. And what is the next equation? 3x plus 2y is equal to 9 will be multiplied with 2. Write every step properly so that you'll be able to solve them easily. Okay. Now 2x, 2 3s are 6. So I'll get 6x, 3 3s are 9 minus 9y. 19 into 3 will give me 57. So that is my new equation 1. Now going on further for equation 2, 3 2s are 6, I get 6x again. 2 2s are 4 plus 4y is equal to 9 2s are 18. So I get the new equation 2. Okay. So did you all understand till here? Any doubts till here? Which number to multiply? How to multiply? Everybody understood? Okay. Now let us change the sign. Listen carefully. Now if you see 6x and 6x, both the 6 here have plus as the sign. Correct? Both the 6 here as plus as the sign. Now I have no chance of cancelling any or eliminating any variable. Now when can I eliminate variable? If they are same, but one of them is plus and the other one is minus, I can cancel them out or eliminate them. So to create that scenario of cancellation, what we will do here is we are gonna subtract the equation. Okay, we are gonna subtract. So by subtracting, now when you decide to subtract, it means you are supposed to change the sign. So for the second equation, wherever there is plus, it will become minus. Wherever there is minus, it will become plus. Okay. So in the first, we have plus, so it's going to become minus. Again, in the second, it's plus, so it's going to become minus. Again, in the third, it is plus, so it's going to become minus. Okay. Now, if you see here, you have plus 6x and minus 6x. Do not consider this sign, consider this sign. So plus 6x minus 6x, I am going to cancel or eliminate one variable. Fine. So I have eliminated x. Now let us continue and see what is left with us. So here we have minus 9y minus 4y. Don't consider this sign, consider the new sign. Minus 9y minus 4y. So minus 9 and minus 4 will give me minus 13y is equal to, again, plus 57 minus 18 will give me 39. Okay, so this is what I have got. Now, when we have one variable, we know how to solve it easily, right? So, y is equal to 39 by minus 13. Therefore, I get y is equal to 13. 3s are 39. So, minus 3. So, the value of y that I got is minus 3. Did you all understand till here? Any doubts? Okay, good. Now, let us substitute this y value in any of the equation. You can either consider this equation or this equation. So you will be able to get the value of x. So now what we will do is we will take equation 1, we'll take equation 1 and substitute the value of y, that is minus 3. Fine. So we are going to substitute. So for that you have to write all of the explanation. Substituting y is equal to minus 3 in equation 1. So what is equation 1? 2x minus 3y is equal to 19. Okay. So 2x minus 3 into minus 3 again is equal to 19. So 2x minus 3 into minus 3 is 3 3s are 9. Minus into minus is plus. So plus 9 is equal to 19. So 2x is equal to 19. I'm taking 9 to the other side. So minus 9. So 2x is equal to 19 minus 9 is 10. X is equal to 10 by 2. So what is going to happen? 2 ones are, 2 fives are. Therefore, x is equal to 5. So these are the two variables that we get, that is x is equal to 5 and y is equal to minus 3. Okay, so this completes our method of elimination. We have eliminated x variable, we found the value of y. Later we are substituting that value of y in the equation to find the value of x. Clear? Understood? Yes. Okay. Now, let us also learn the method of substitution. Now, once we learn both the methods, we have problems where we will be applying or solving using both the methods. Okay. So, let us also learn method of substitution. Listen now, concentrate. In this method, the value of y or x is found in terms of x or y from any of the equations, and this value is substituted in the other equation so that we get a linear equation in one variable. What are they trying to say is, now we are not going to multiply the any equations here. Okay, from whatever question they have given to us, we are going to get x to one side and all the other variables and constants will be kept on the other side. Okay, I'm going to get x to one side and whatever constant, let's say 20 plus y is there, by 2 is there. So I'm going to get all the constant and variables onto the other side. Okay, now this I will use equation 1 for doing this. Okay, then I will go to equation 2 and in the place of x, I'm going to substitute this expression. Okay, in the place of x, I'm going to substitute this expression so that I will be able to arrive at one variable. Okay, once I get one variable, then I can find the other variable. The concept, the bottom line concept is same. First find one variable and then substitute that in any of the equation to get the other variable. But starting methods are little change, where in the elimination method you multiply some number for the whole equation and then you eliminate. But here you substitute, instead of taking out one variable directly, you substitute a different expression in that for that variable. Okay, so solving this equation, we get the values of one unknown, either x or y, one of the value we will get. Substituting the known value in either of the equations, we can get the value of another unknown, or the method of substitution can be repeated for the other variable also. Now let's quickly go to a problem that will help you understand it easily. That is the method of substitution. Okay, so in this, okay, so firstly, what are we going to do here is we are going to solve this. So write down the question once again. So 2x minus 3y is equal to 19. It's the same question. Then 3x plus 2y is equal to 9. So this is equation 1. This is equation 2. Now let us consider equation 1. Consider equation 1. 2x minus 3y is equal to 19, and we are supposed to take x to one side and all the variables to other side. So 2x is equal to 19 plus 3y. I am taking 3y to the other side. X is equal to 19 plus 3y whole divided